Hello, I'm Mark Palmer, an administrative volunteer for the Legalised Cannabis Alliance. We feel it's time to cut through the rubbish and misinformation spouted by various authorities lately. The first fact being that cannabis, whether we like it or not, is a part of our society. The BBC is reportedly a public service broadcaster, yet not once have we heard warnings concerning the adulterants used by money-hungry criminals to increase the weight and therefore the price of cannabis and damaging the young and inexperienced user. This morning, as promoted by the BBC, we were told by the chairman of the Metropolitan Police Federation, Glenn Smythe, who claims the strength of cannabis has changed dramatically. Yet on the 17th of September this year, a report from King's College London, who checked samples of cannabis seized by police, proved that the strength hasn't changed in a decade. Why are the fears over cannabis being hyped this way? Could it be the upcoming debate on cannabis and children at the end of the month? To state, for example, that cannabis is similar to drinking a bottle of vodka, it's totally irresponsible. That amount of vodka could be consumed by a young person, and it could kill them. You're more likely to fall asleep with any overuse of cannabis, and it certainly won't kill you. Hospital admissions have not increased in line with the scare stories claimed by professors, doctors or the police concerning cannabis psychosis, and a causal link has never been established. In fact, it was disproved in a 1941 report commissioned by New York Mayor LaGuardia in response to the same claims submitted by Harry Anslinger 70 years ago after the prohibition on alcohol was repealed. The blame was also put on parent complacency. Well, what about government complacency? For years, we, the L.C.A, have been asking our representatives in Parliament to talk sensibly, to take responsible action. People will continue to take cannabis, regardless of so-called warnings, and harm reduction should be the main issue concerning government. While cannabis remains under prohibition, then the criminal element will have control of the drugs on our streets. If you go into any town centre in England, you will find a teenager who can obtain cannabis. Just give him the minimum age of consent, a £10 note. Even after we asked them, the government and police were slow to respond and warn the public that they purport to protect about cannabis products being contaminated with adulterants such as ketamine, polymers, glass, grit, brass filings. The list goes on. After asking our authorities to warn of health risks and being ignored, it's up to organisations such as ourselves to warn people of these problems, who do not have the resources to reach the audience we need to reach. For the sake of public health and public safety, putting cannabis back up to Class B just clouds the issue further. It didn't stop cabinet ministers trying it. It just adds to the supposed glamour. It's more naughty for a rebellious teenager. If the legalisation of cannabis were put in place with enforced regulation, then sensible advice, research, age limits, harm reduction and quality control could all be addressed. Cannabis isn't a legal problem, but it may be a health problem for some. These people don't need a criminal record. They need help. But in the current state of prohibition, then the problems I've discussed will remain and probably increase. Thank you very much. Cheerio.